Okay, hello and welcome to episode 1 of my development log of my latest project, which is an RTS style game, purely because I'd never made one of those before. So in this video we're just going to go over some of the very basic things I've got set up, such as unit movement and selection, camera movement, and then some of the code that makes it work behind the scenes. So first of all, just your regular RTS style camera. So if I move towards the edges of the screen, I can move around, and if I hold down right click and click in certain places, it will move the camera to that location. And of course you can zoom, you can rotate, and there is also a pitch as well. So using all those controls you can pretty much put the camera exactly where you need it to be for whatever you might be doing. Also unit selection, so when the player selects a unit, the little selection marker pops up, and if you right click, they'll move over there. Same for this squad. And there is also a box selection, and they will move together. So that is the basics of moving units around. So if you just quickly get into some of the blueprints. So the way it actually works is actually an invisible game object in the middle of the screen, which is the player pawn, and this is responsible for moving the camera around because there is a regular game camera which can be moved around, and there's also the minimap camera which just points directly down and provides the view of the minimap in the top right corner of the screen. So all the camera controls are within here, but the actual input is handled by this top-down controller, specifically adding the mapping context to the player pawn when the game starts. The controller possesses the player pawn so that any mouse or keyboard input that relates to camera movement gets applied directly to that pawn, so it moves around. Same with setting the destination. On left click, the will evaluate if there's any units underneath the mouse position at that point, or if it is drawing a box, it will evaluate if there are any units underneath the area of that box, add them into an array, and then whatever actions the player might want to apply to those units, it's applied to all the units that are in this array. So that works for either single click or for box selection. And then another thing I forgot to show is this focus. So if I select both of them and press F, it will cycle in between the two of them. And of course, if I just click one of them, it will do the same thing for that. And that is everything for now. In the next episodes, I'm gonna try and talk about some things that are a bit more interesting, a bit more unique to the game, such as the grid manager, a bit more detail on the mini map. I want to talk about supply status, so you'll see here that these units are currently not in supply, but we will get to that in the next video. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.